Hey guys, welcome back to send me this model so that I could review it for you guys. So let's go ahead and dive into this review. Let's start this off by taking a look at the sprues. Now, right off the bat, you'll notice there are 3 sprues with a lot of pieces. This is a monster kit, so it is a little bit more complicated than, say, building infantry. Now, the first thing I noticed is that there are a lot of ball and socket joints, which means that this is going to be a very fun kit to build, but it's also going to be one where we need to take our time and make sure we position the model exactly right. The sculpting on the kit is really well done. There are a lot of smooth surfaces because this thing is meant to be made out of stone, but all the edges, dents, and cracks that are in the stone are crisp enough that they're going to take dry brushing really well. The assembly instructions for this kit are straightforward and easy to follow. Now, I do recommend you deviate a little bit from the instructions. Build the legs and body first because they're not quite as posable as the arms, and then do the arms last, taking your time so that you can get the positioning of the arms exactly how you want it. The positioning of the arms on this kit can take the model from being really cool to being really wonky really fast. The arms are positionable thanks to the ball and socket joints. However, the legs are designed to go in a specific pose. If you wanted to change that, it wouldn't be all that difficult. There are little nubs that connect the hip joint to the main body. All you'd have to do is chop those nubs off and replace it with some sort of pin, and you'd be able to rotate the leg forward or backward as much as you like. For the knees, all you have to do is sand off a little bit of plastic off the back of the knee, and now the lower leg can rotate. When you're doing the positioning on your model, make sure you use super glue because there's too much weight on this model for plastic glue to hold the pose you want long enough to cure. Now, you might be wondering just how large this model is. It's actually quite a bit larger than I expected it to be. Here it is next to an ironclad drake and a mountain Jotnar, and you can see that it does stand taller than both of them. It's an awesome model. It's pretty bulky and it eats up most of the space on its base plate. And because you can position the arms however you want, you can make sure that it'll be able to rank up with enemy units pretty easily. Rules-wise, this model looks like it's going to be quite a bit of fun. He's a little bit on the tanky side with 20 wounds, defense of 3, and a resolve of 4. So at least against attacks without any cleave, he's going to be doing okay. Now, he is a bit weak to cleave since he doesn't have any hardened built into his profile. He does, however, get hardened against ranged attacks, which puts him in an interesting spot where he's going to be able to counter some of the higher armor-piercing ranged units in the game. He's also resistant to spells, which is pretty cool. His magnetic conduit ability allows him to discard tokens in exchange for getting some extra attacks and counting as more stands on objectives. So he's going to be really good at jumping on an objective and boosting how many stands he counts as to turn the tide on those important objective zones during a battle. As damage output goes, this guy will be okay. He's got 10 attacks with a clash of 3. He's not doing as many attacks as some of the other monsters in the game, but he is doing just enough damage that you're not going to be able to ignore him on the tabletop. And with Cleave 2, he's got a pretty good chance of a lot of his attacks actually going through and doing damage. Now, I don't play Dweghom, so I'm sure there are synergies that people will be able to use with him that I am missing, but I do think he's going to open up some cool new options for the army. Now, the real question is, do you need this model in your collection? If you're a Dweghom player, I definitely think you should check this model out. You should try it out, see if it works in your army, and if it does, pick up a couple of them. The model is really cool. From a rule of cool standpoint, this is a great kit to have. I was actually surprised at how much I liked it. When you get it all built and you have it in person, it looks a lot cooler than the box art makes it out to be. It's so cool, in fact, that I might have to actually go build a Dweghom army, so I have an excuse to put it on the tabletop. I've already tried it out in First Blood a little bit, and I really enjoyed it. I would like to get a chance to try it in Last Argument of Kings. As painting goes, it's been a ton of fun to work with so far. I will have a paint tutorial coming out for this, so be watching for that. I definitely think it's a cool hobby project that anyone could enjoy, and it's a great display piece that'll stick out in any collection. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to like it and then subscribe to my channel so you see future videos I make. I'd like to give a special shout out to my channel members that make videos like this possible. If you would like to become a channel member, hit the join button below this video. As always, have an amazing day, and we'll catch you in the next one.